Alright, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts back again today with another video for you. Today's video, we got some Dave, and this is Heart Attack. Now, I just found this guy maybe, a month ago, 3 weeks ago, or something like that. And we listened to Starlight, which was a very solid song. Lyrically, it was okay. Nothing crazy, nothing like, blow your mind. But it was solid. It was solid all the way around. He used Frank Sinatra's Fly Me to the Moon, all right, as the background for that song, and he did a great job with it. I really enjoyed it. In the comment section, though, you guys told me if I really wanted to hear his lyricism, we had to do Heart Attack was the main one that I kept seeing over and over again. Heart Attack, Psycho, and there's maybe like another one or two that kept coming up in the comments. So, want to see his lyricism, because that's what first got me interested in the guy, is there was a poll that said he was an amazing lyricist. So, we're going to do Heart Attack today and see what he's got. Now, this is a, 10-minute song or something like that? So if there's not a bunch of filler in this might be a pretty lengthy reaction. We'll find out. So I guess buckle in, grab some popcorn. We might be here for a little while. But let's go. This is Dave, and this is Heart Attack.
Knife crime is at a near record high, with more than 40 blade offences every day in London.
Oh, okay.
At a youth club in South London, not far from where someone was stabbed less than 24 hours ago, he outlined a direct link between violent crime, social exclusion and austerity. A study by City Hall found that London has seen an increase of 71% in victims of serious youth violence since 2012. The mayor says this is linked to an increase in poverty. The highest rates of violence taking place in some of the poorest boroughs.
I bet them boys can
Okay, before it was just starting there, but before we get into it, okay, they're talking about knife crime, violent crimes, in London, and they said, the one reporter was linking it to, what did she say, social seclusion or something like that, and then the next one was linking it to poverty. So basically, the people in our society that we have excluded, or have made feel like they've been excluded, and people who are struggling, I thought they had that on. All right, people who are struggling just to make ends meet, that's where the violence is coming from, that's where these violent crimes are coming from, and, I think that's pretty consistent with the world, pretty much, right? I mean, a lot of this stuff, not all of it, a lot of it, though, or a good portion of it, I should say, is born out of necessity, okay? Now, it's not the proper way to deal with a hardship, okay? You're hungry, you don't have any money, whatever. It's not the proper way, but sometimes, when desperation hits, people make rash decisions. So it makes sense that it comes out of poverty-stricken areas, because those are the people who have the most needs that aren't getting met, whether they can't meet them themselves or whatever. We can go down that whole social thing. We're not going to get into that, though, but so that makes sense. It makes complete sense that the poverty areas are where there's a lot of crime, and people who we have decided as a society aren't as equal as the rest of us. So yeah, you put people in desperate situations, they do desperate things.
The highest rates of violence taking place in some of the poorest boroughs.
I bet them boys think I'm panicking. Check what my young G's are carrying. It's blade same length as a javelin. I don't know about B-ball, what's happening, but know that it's fucked if he's traveling and we see him.
Okay. Okay, Dave. A nice little basketball double in there. So he starts it out saying, these boys think I'm panicking. Something about my G's have blades the size of javelins or something like that. So I'm not familiar. I'm not 100% familiar with gun laws in the UK, but I pretty sure you guys don't really have them there, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe you guys are allowed to own them in some capacity. But from what I understand, they've pretty much been eradicated. Now you guys have this knife violence going on. So people who wanted to commit acts of violence just chose a different tool. So it's crazy. So he's hitting it from, if this is an American song, there would be no mention of a knife at all. So it's just a weird juxtaposition how an American rapper could be doing this same song, but the intro would have to do with guns and gun violence. So you just traded one form for another, essentially.
Think I'm panicking. Check what my young G's are carrying. It's blade same length as a javelin. I don't know about B-ball or what's happening, but know that it's fucked if he's traveling and we see him.
All right, I forgot to mention that one. I said it, but I didn't break it down. All right, so I don't know much about B-ball, what's happening, or however he says that. But basically, like, the boy's fucked if he's out traveling and we see him. Okay, so in basketball, you have to dribble. If you hold the ball and take a couple of steps, that's a travel. It's a foul. All right. So B-ball and travel. Okay. And then he's talking about this guy traveling, and he's going to be fucked if we see him. So if he's out in public, if he's outside of his neighborhood in an area he's not supposed to be, or an area that he's not welcome at, and he sees him, there's going to be problems. They're going to take care of him. So like, this is people who have beef. Okay. Or two warring gangs. So yeah, you know, that's a very nice, very creative double there. I liked it.
I don't know about B-ball, what's happening, but know that it's fucked if he's traveling and we see him. I can't lie, I was depressed at phases. I was 19 when the team nearly left him faceless, hoping that we never left no traces. You know when you're so damn tired in your house, but you can't sleep cause you got pending cases. I used to love...
Okay. You know, so damn tired in your house, but you can't sleep because you got pending cases. He said something about how he was depressed in phases. Somebody left them faceless, and then some. What did he? Hold on. Let me catch back. Let me go back and catch this real quick.
I was 19 when the team nearly left him faceless, hoping that we never left no traces.
Hoping that we never left no traces. Okay, so they left him faceless. Okay. In America, I would say they shot him in the face, okay? Or they took his face off. They damaged his face. And they hope they didn't leave no traces. But now he can't sleep at night because maybe he got found out, or maybe, he already had other stuff, or maybe he's worried about getting caught, but he's going to have or already has pending cases. All right, so this is like, inner city kind of gang violence kind of commentary here. It seems like, a lot of stuff about, beefing with people and how things go on the street, essentially. So, very interesting so far.
But know that it's fucked if he's traveling and we see him. I can't lie, I was depressed at phases. I was 19 when the team nearly left him faceless, hoping that we never left no traces. You know when you're so damn tired in your house, but you can't sleep cause you got pending cases. I used to love tempting fate, but now it's tempting faces. For half my career I was part of that. My best friend got a burner and it's looking like an artifact. Put it in your puffer or your Prada hat.
My friend's got a burner and it's looking like an artifact. All right, so his friend somehow, some way has picked up a gun. He has found one. He has acquired one somehow. Maybe it's been stored away for a while, got it on the black market, whatever. But he's got this gun now. And to Dave, it looks like an artifact, okay, like an ancient artifact. You just don't see them. It's rare. It's kind of like it's something to behold, okay? And what did he say? Hold on. He said something else about put it in your something.
My best friend got a burner and it's looking like an artifact. Put it in your puffer or your Prada hat.
Put it in your puffer or your Prada hat. All right, so they'll shoot you in the face or in the mouth or in the head. Yeah, that's tough, man. All right, Dave, let's go.
My best friend got a burner and it's looking like an artifact. Put it in your puffer or your Prada hat. Like fuck panic, that's a heart attack.
Oh yeah, it would be. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it's like life's so fucked in the time that we're in. We're fighting the world and we're fighting within. Somali dad ran away from a war, now his son's in a war. That's the cycle we're in. I know niggas that did.
Okay, hold on. So he goes. What does he say?
Life's so fucked in the time that we're in. We're fighting the world and we're fighting within.
We're fighting the world and we're fighting within. Okay, so like not only I can take that a couple different ways. All right, so like not only are we fighting the world. Okay, you're fighting all these external things, all these external forces, different factions, what have you. You also have an internal battle. Okay, we're also fighting within. And you could see this as like on an individual level, right? He could also mean it in like a country to country sort of sense. Like this country that you live in is, you know, fighting these battles globally. Like not battles, not like war, but you know, you have all these issues in the global sphere, okay? So an individual country has to worry about all these other things going on in all these other countries, but at the same time, our citizenry around the world is probably the most divided it's been since at least I've been alive. I mean, every country it's division, right? So we're trying to fight these external forces, but then we can't come together within our own countries, okay? We're divided in our own countries. So it's like we're trying to fight a war, fighting the world, but we have these struggles that are going on in our homes, in our hearts, with our brothers and our kin, in our, you know, our country folk. So you're really not going to get very far. You're not going to get very far trying to fight on multiple fronts like that. It's by design, people. It's by design.
It's like life's so fucked in the time that we're in. We're fighting the world and we're fighting within. Somali dad ran away from a war, now his son's in a war, that's the cycle we're in. I know niggas that
Somali dad ran away from a war, now his son's in a war, that's a cycle we're in, or something like that. So like the Somali dad, you know, in that area of the world, there's been wars there for thousands of years, so he ran from a war to try to provide a better life for his family. His son comes of age, and what do you know? He's now fighting a war. So he tried to escape this cycle for his children. It just didn't work out, and his son is back into it, and he'll have to start the cycle over again, because now that the son's in a war, he's going to reach a point of maturity, or he might have a family at some point where he's going to be like, oh, I can't be like fighting and can't live in this war-torn area. Let's get out of here. So he'll go and try to escape a war that he was in, and maybe his son ends up in a war down the line. So it's like, you know, they're trying to escape these hamster wheels, essentially. And people are finding out that it's very hard. It's very hard to get off that wheel while it's moving.
Somali dad ran away from a war, now his son's in a war, that's the cycle we're in. I know niggas that didn't do time in the bin, that have never had freedom of mind. You sick? Round here, main way to provide for your kin.
Oh, Dave. Hold on. Let me hear that again. And let me let him keep going, because I think he's saying something else here, but hold on.
Bin that have never had freedom of mind. You
Sorry, hold on, missed it.
We're in. I know niggas that didn't do time in the bin, that have never had freedom of mind. You sick? Round here, main way to provide for your kin is in a flip blade, little push bike.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to take that in chunks. Hold on. Let's go back a little bit. Sorry about that.
It's the cycle we're in. I know niggas that didn't do time in the bin, that.
All right, so he has friends who have not done time in the bin. All right, they haven't ever been in jail. They haven't been incarcerated. They haven't had their personal freedom taken from them. They have never, okay, been in that situation. But they still don't have freedom of mind. So even though they are free people, they have allowed their mind to kind of be caged and locked up, whether it's by propaganda, mainstream media, just how they were raised, the area they were raised up in. You know, just take this for a very simple example. And this, you know, obviously it's a much more convoluted theory than just this example. But think of... Shit, where was I going with that? Christ, where in the hell was I going with that? I had it. Hold on, let me take a sip of coffee, maybe I'll remember. Let me hear the maybe that'll kick something up here. Hold on.
Now his son's in a war, that's the cycle we're in. I know niggas that didn't do time in the bin, that have never had freedom of mind. You sick? Round here, main way.
Okay, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, so here's a simple example of that. Let's say I wanted to be a professional basketball player. Okay. I am not, like, I have athleticism, but I am not very good at basketball. It wasn't one of the sports I played growing up. I played I wrestled, baseball, and football were my big sports. Say I wanted to be a professional basketball player, or I just wanted to be good. Let's just not even make it ridiculous. I wanted to be a good pickup basketball player. Okay, I wanted to be able to go to the local YMCA and hoop with the people down there and you know, do well. So if I think that just because I'm not good right now that I will never be good at basketball, so what's the use of trying? I will never get to a point where I can go to that pickup game, even though I think I might have a lot of fun there. All right, I'm going to keep myself from actually putting myself out there to try to get better so that I can go play in that game. So that's a jail I essentially put around myself because I told myself I can't. Okay, so like I said, it's a very simple baseline concept there. You can extrapolate that further as far as, you know, I'm living in this area of this city where people just don't get out and lives aren't good for us. And you think that way and you're going to keep yourself in that mindset and you're not going to be able to escape that area that you wish that you could. So you can kind of see how that works, right? I think I'm clear enough there, hopefully. All right, let's keep going, guys.
Couldn't do time in a bin that I've never had freedom of mind. You sick round here, main way to provide for your kin is in a flip blade, little push bike and a sim. In London,
And the way to provide for your kin is something about like a push blade, a bike, and a sim, or something like that. So I'm assuming he's talking about like the way to provide for your family around here, around this area, is at the point of a knife. Robbing people, sticking people up, doing unsavory things to try to make money. Maybe not necessarily even legal things. Okay, you're just trying to provide enough food and money for your family, and the easiest way to do that in this area that he is speaking about is with a knife and holding people up and robbing them and stuff like that. So you know, it's goes back to what I said at the very beginning about how in these poverty-ridden areas, a lot of this violence is born out of necessity. It's born out of just need, all right? Like I said, it's not the proper way to address those things. But when people get desperate, stuff like this happens.
main way to provide for your kin is in a flip blade, little push bike and a sim. In London, a place where it's nicer to live is only 5 minutes out from the guys on the strip.
Isn't that funny? I mean, not funny, haha, but funny, strange. Like, take all like the major cities, okay, like the big cities around the world. Like I'm just thinking of the ones in America. All those big cities have really high-end, nice areas, real high-end. Okay, like, you know, $500,000, $1.5 million, like 1,500 square foot apartments, right? I live about an hour and a half away from a city that, you know, I went to at one point to visit somebody out there, and the area we were in was a very good area, very safe area, very upper class area. We were on a street, and the guy told me to look down the street, and I looked down, and about 3 or 4 stoplights down the street, he said, "You see that last stoplight?" He's like, "You are not safe if you go past that." And I could see it from the good area. But just down the road was the bad area. How does that happen? I don't understand how that ends up happening, and like how 2 different groups of people could be living in very close proximity to each other and have totally different lifestyles. One group feels safe and secure, and the other one, you know, is getting woken up all night by, you know, sirens and gunshots. You know, it's just a weird phenomena, and I would be interested if anybody has any insight and as to how and why that seems to happen. I mean, it's just strange. All right, let's go, Dave.
Place where it's nicer to live is only 5 minutes out from the guys on the strip. When man made yay work, heard he a soldier. I know that nigga hasn't got balls like grey work. As I grow older, change of perspective. I gotta stay loyal to my girl. That's the trait she was blessed with.
All right, as he gets older, it's a change of perspective. So like this was maybe he was speaking of as he was growing up, like his, you know, some unsavory times in his upbringing where he was kind of running with the wrong people, and now he's a little bit older. He has a change of perspective. Now, he doesn't want to run around anymore. He doesn't want to cheat. You know, he has this girlfriend now or whatever, and she doesn't, she doesn't deserve to be treated that way. So that's why he's kind of getting him to change how he's looking at things a little bit.
Grow older, change of perspective. I gotta stay loyal to my.
And that's, I'm sorry for pausing at the same spot again, but that's kind of how it goes though. Like when you're young, your field of vision, your perspective is like maybe this, right? You're seeing kind of like in tunnel vision at things because you can't see the bigger picture. The older you get though, the more this widens up, and you could take in just this little bit of information and you could see the entire picture. All right. At least it comes into focus a lot clearer than it did when you were 15, 16, 17, 20, 25, so yeah, it's just with age comes wisdom and knowledge, and it allows you to see things for what they truly, really are, instead of what you wished they were, hoped they were, or thought they were.
Balls like grey work. As I grow older, change of perspective. I gotta stay loyal to my girl. That's the trait she was blessed with. Restaurants, raves with my brethrens. Life's too short, so we gotta turn up. Man, talk on my thing for the gram, it's intrusive. I never.
All right, so he's like going out to eat, going partying with his homies. His life short or whatever. Okay.
Life's too short, so we gotta turn up. Man, talk on my thing for the gram, it's intrusive. I never really thought about taking a life till I found out my ex-girl's dad is abusive. I felt, how could I be a man and not do shit?
He never thought about taking a life until he found out that his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend's dad or father was abusive. All right, so like now he wants to kill the guy. Okay, like that's seems pretty reasonable to me at that point.
I found out my ex-girl's dad is abusive. I felt, how could I be a man and not do shit? I'm on the way there now and I don't want to lose it. But fighting her battles only hurting a girl.
Oh, Dave. Hold on, let me hear that again.
I'm on the way there now and I don't want to lose it. But fighting her battles only hurting a girl.
All right, he's on his way there and he don't want to lose it. But fighting her battles is only hurting the girl, I think he said. I'm not sure what that last word was. I kind of think that's what it was. But anyway, he wants to go over there and handle business. This guy's beating up on his girl, and it's her father. He wants to go there, but he realizes by going there and he doesn't want to lose it. He doesn't want to end up in incarcerated over this. But he knows if he goes there and does anything, it's just going to make the situation worse. And, he can't fight all of her battles for her. And this is one that she kind of has to fight herself. I mean, if it's your father, you got to just get out of that situation, So he's kind of struggling with, does he go there and whoop this guy's ass? Or does he let the girl, as an adult, handle it herself and get herself out of her bad situation? What would be better for her? I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can look at it, and you could say, no, he has to go there and take care of business, or some might say, well, she has to want to break the reins of that relationship, whatever, so yeah, that's a conundrum. Absolutely. That's a conundrum there, Dave. How do you go about that?
I'm on the way there now and I don't want to lose it. But fighting her battles only hurting a girl. How can I protect her from the world when I couldn't even protect her from myself? On my grandmother's grave, shit happens.
How can he protect her from the world? He can't protect her from herself. So, I mean, like, he's hurt her, or he knows that if he goes through with this, it will hurt her. And didn't he say ex-girl? So maybe he has dumped her, cheated on her, whatever. So, like, why is he trying to protect her from the entire world when he's also caused her pain and heartache and stuff like that? This is a pretty deep song. We're only 2 minutes into this. This is a deep ass song, man. This is going deep. Making you think here. All right, come on, guys, let's go.
From the world when I couldn't even protect her from myself. On my grandmother's grave, shit happens again. I put a knife for a family friend. Most of the women that I know, it shit happened to them. So innocent till guilty ain't something that I have to respect. I think back.
All right, so he's saying, hey, this kind of stuff, men putting their hands on, has happened to females in my family. And if this keeps going on, I'm going to have to do something about it. And he has no respect for the guy who would do this. So it would be easy for him to go and do whatever, because he doesn't look at him with any sort of respect and like he's a human being. So, because he's seen how monsters do this to the women in his family, and he's seen the aftermath and how it's affected them all.
Know what shit happened to them. So innocent till guilty ain't something I have to respect. I think back to my youth and I was so ungrateful. How many of our parents had dreams they abandoned so they could put food on the table? Intelligent, worthy and able to somebody's parent.
Oh, hold on, let me hear that one more time. That's fucking deep, man. Come on, Dave.
So they could put food on the
Oh, hold on, missed it.
Ungrateful. How many of our parents had dreams they abandoned so they could put food on the table?
How many of our parents had dreams they abandoned so that they could put food on the table? As a parent, I mean, I get what he's saying there, because from the child looking at, you know, especially in a grown adult child who looks back on their childhood and their parents, they might think that it's easy to think that, like, wow, you put your dreams, you passed them up for a shot at, you know, making money so that I could have some food and, like, you know, some clothes to go to school with. I don't look at it like that, though. I don't look at it like that. I don't think any parent honestly does look at it like that. A very narcissistic, shitty parent, maybe, yes. You know, like, I could have been a, you know, rock superstar if I didn't have you damn kids. Like, I could never imagine saying that. Like, you know, you had a choice. You had a choice. Either continue on your rock star path, okay, or raise your family. And most of the time, take this for an example. As an example, all right. I had a job that was working me to death, and all day, all night. And I saw my kids for a half an hour in the morning and a half an hour before they went to bed. It wasn't working for me. It's like, yeah, we had money. It was nice and all that. And to me, I could have worked half the hours, made half the pay, still had my bills covered, and I would have had 20 to 30 more hours a week with my family, you know. And essentially that's the choice that ended up ended up making. So I'd rather be there for the kids than to be out making a little bit of extra money. All right. Now, you know, it gets a little bit more complicated than that, obviously. If you're talking about, you know, like somebody was going to school for X, Y, or Z, and then they had a kid, so they had to drop out to start raising the kid. But still, at that point, as a parent, it's an easy decision. Be with your family or go do your own thing, and to hell with your family. You know, so I don't look at it as giving up dreams and goals. It's just a shift of dreams and goals. Okay, if I dreamed to be X, Y, or Z, and then I had a kid, and all I could dream about was being a good father at that point. You know, that was a choice I made. Don't feel sad for me about it. No, never, never, never. I would never burden my kids with anything like that. You know, it's like I made these decisions for the good of all of us and because this is what I wanted to do. So that's a deep ass bar. But as a parent, I don't see it that way, and I don't think many parents who actually do look at it that way. That is a child, not a child, but an offspring's perspective when they're looking back at their childhood and the things that their parents had to do.
How many of our parents had dreams they abandoned so they could put food on the table? Intelligent, worthy and able to somebody's parent. You know? And that affected the way that I see shit. Nightclub toilet. You peed on the seat because you don't know how it feels when your mum's got a clean shit.
Come on, Dave. All right, he says affects how he's seen shit. You know, he's at the nightclub toilet and you're peeing all over the seat. Somebody's mom's going to come in there to clean it up for you. You've never had to clean it. You've never watched your mom scrub a toilet and you know, break her back. So it doesn't affect you at all. That's deep, man. That's deep. Yeah, I try not to pee on the seats just because I'm a decent human being and, you know, it's not that hard to aim. So That's funny though, man. Come on,
toilet.
Dave.
You peed on the seat cause you don't know how it feels when your mum's got a clean shit. And her boss treats her like she don't even mean shit. And she gotta wait for the bus in the rain and it's freezing. And miss said that you won't ever be shit. And you don't wanna cry about dad, but you need him. I grew up so fucked, but I didn't even deep it. I'm numb to the feeling of grieving. A man getting burned.
Hold on.
I grew up so fucked, but I didn't even deep it. I'm numb to the feeling of grieving.
Grew up so fucked something, he's grew up with the feeling of grieving.
I grew up so fucked, but I didn't even deep it. I'm numb to the feeling of grieving.
Numb to the feeling of grieving. Okay, so he's growing up in an area, or you know, when he was growing up, things were happening, people were passing, people were getting locked up, whatever, you know. Relationships were breaking, hardships were happening. And so he kind of gets numb to this process of grieving, to where he's done it so many times that it's just like, you know, waking up and brushing your teeth and combing your hair at this point for him.
But you need him. I grew up so fucked, but I didn't even deep it. I'm numb to the feeling of grieving. A man getting birded. African mums on the floor just screaming. It's mad car, try so hard. Death's gotta be easy, cause life.
What is she saying about African moms on the floor crying or something like that? I'm assuming like something happens to their kids,
but
right?
I didn't even deep it. I'm numb to the feeling of grieving. A man getting birded. African mums on the floor just screaming. It's mad car, try so hard. Death's gotta be easy, cause life's so hard. I was 12ish and
Death's gotta be easy cause life's so hard. Dude, that's deep bar right there. Yeah, I mean, sometimes maybe the easier way out, the you know, I mean, I don't know, man. You can't let yourself look at things that way, though, you know, but I know at times it could seem that way, that, you know, this is an easier way out. It's just, you know, over. But, you know, without getting too religious, you don't know what's waiting for you, you know, so it could be easier, could very well not be.
this mad car, try so hard. Death's gotta be easy, cause life's so hard. I was 12ish and that I was a white man hard. If I wasn't, he probably wouldn't like man's dogs. I was dead.
Hold on. You said when he's 12, he wished he was a white man? Hold on.
12ish and that I was a white man hard. Death's gotta be easy, cause life's so hard. I was 12ish and that I was a white man hard. If I wasn't, he probably wouldn't like man's dogs. I was dead broke, fam, I couldn't swipe man's card. And
I was dead broke, could have swiped man's card. All right. So is he saying, I can't really catch what's in here in the middle. Hold on.
Man's dogs. I was dead.
Something about man's dogs.
That I was a white man hard. If I wasn't, he probably wouldn't like man's dogs. I was dead broke, fam, I couldn't swipe man's card. And time might pass, but I still gotta stay with it. It wasn't his beef, but I see him try claiming it. That's why he caught a bullet with another man's name on it. Now we can't do leg day or put strain on it. Every time you hear me freestyle, I put pain in it.
Oh, damn, he is going deep in this. We're, 3.5 minutes in? Damn, hold on. So now he's getting into some shit here.
It wasn't his beef, but I see him try claim card. And time might pass, but I still gotta stay with it. It wasn't his beef, but I see him try claiming it.
So it wasn't his beef, but he's still trying to claim it. Alright, so somebody's beefing, and this wasn't really this guy's beef, but he's trying to kind of put his nose in it. Alright, maybe it's his buddy who's beefing, maybe he just wants some recognition. He's kind of like, you know, whatever, trying to ride on the coattails of this beef. You know, so he's trying to claim this beef, right? I don't think it's going to work out for this guy, though.
And time might pass, but I still gotta stay with it. It wasn't his beef, but I see him try claiming it. That's why he caught a bullet with another man's name on it.
See, his wife caught a bullet with another man's name in it. So, you know, this guy stuck his nose in a beef that wasn't his. Ended up getting somebody shot. You know, somebody took shots at whoever and missed and hit random, or hit his wife, or however he said that. Yeah, so they caught a bullet with another man's name on it. It wasn't supposed to be for the person that actually got shot. And you know, you hear stories like that all the time. You know, there's a drive-by and you know, some little kid ended up catching one or something like that. You know, it's tragic, absolutely tragic, and it's, yeah, that's No good. No bueno.
It wasn't his beef, but I see him try claiming it. That's why he caught a bullet with another man's name on it. Now we can't do leg day or put strain on it.
Is it why I caught a bullet with another man's name on it? Somebody caught a bullet with another man's name on it. I'm not sure who. All right, somebody did, though.
Claiming it, that's why he caught a bullet with another man's name on it. Now we can't do leg day or put strain on it.
Now he can't do leg day and put strain on it, okay? Because he caught a bullet with another man's name on it. Can't do leg day because he's probably paralyzed. He's sitting in a wheelchair now, or he's in a hospital bed somewhere. Screwed up. Screwed up for life, you know?
That's why he caught a bullet with another man's name on it. Now we can't do leg day or put strain on it. Every time you hear me freestyle, I put pain in it. I used to wonder, does God have favorites? Touch me, it's dangerous.
Oh, I used to wonder, does God have favorites? Oof. Yeah, you would think not, but I mean, who the hell knows, man?
Put pain in it. I used to wonder, does God have favorites? Touch me, it's dangerous. I wouldn't play with it, because you can go sleep and have a different type of wait for it. I miss
Don't, hold on. This was hard right here. Hold on.
It's dangerous. Style, put pain in it. I used to wonder, does God have favorites? Touch me, it's dangerous. I wouldn't play with it,
touch me, it's dangerous. I wouldn't play with it.
You can go sleep and have a different type of wait for it.
You can go to sleep and have a different type of wait for it. All right. So basically, you come messing with him. You're going to come up, you know, talking smack. He'll put you to sleep for good. For good. You're going to have a different type of wait to find out if God has favorites. Okay. That's hard, man. That whole bar and scheme there is fucking hard.
Touch me, it's dangerous. I wouldn't play with it, because you can go sleep and have a different type of wait for it. I miss my dogs, unstable, you violate. Kristen Raw, turn Chris Benoit. Hit from far now, feeling my...
Oh, Dave. Come on, man. You're killing me. I'm not going to be able to get through this reaction, dude. This is already, what? How long is this? Like half an hour? Oh, fucking almost 40 minutes. Jesus Christ. We're never getting through this. All right, come on, Dave. Hold on, what did he just say?
I wouldn't play with it, because you can go sleep and have a different type of wait for it. I miss my dogs, unstable, you violate. Kristen Raw, turn Chris Benoit. Wait for it, I miss my dogs, unstable, you violate. Kristen Raw, turn Chris Benoit.
Chris then Raw, tongue Chris Benoit. If you guys are not familiar with Chris Benoit, oh, man. And this is only the second time I've heard him ever referenced in any sort of song. He was a wrestler back in the day who... I think they think he had CTE, or whatever the issue was. The man went crazy, killed his wife and kids, and then offed himself. Very, very tragic. And the only other time I've heard it in a song was Tom McDonald in his Mac Lethal diss, when he told Mac Lethal he was going to need a whole family of coffins for when he Chris Benoit's them to solve all his problems. So, I mean, yeah, that's anytime that name pops up anymore, it just sends a shudder and a shiver down my spine.
Wait for it, I miss my dogs, unstable, you violate. Kristen Raw, turn Chris Benoit. Have him hit from far now, fill him up with bricks and glass. Now my young G's will grip them blast. Have you tried in the street, fuck finding my feet. I could ride, but it's better when I'm riding a beat. My emotion...
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, shit. Hold on.
Hit from far now, fill him up with bricks and glass. Now my young G's will grip...
Hold on.
Chris Benoit, have him hit from far now, fill him up with bricks and glass. Now my young G's will grip them blast.
Fill him up with bricks and glass. My young G's will grip them blast. All right. You're talking about hitting them from distance. Shit, hold on. Let's see.
Have him hit from far now, fill him up with bricks and glass.
Hit from far, fill him up with bricks and glass. My homies or whatever, grip them blast. So hit them from afar. They're over there. You start shooting at them. Okay, you start unloading. They're getting hit with bricks and glass from, you know, ricochets and all that stuff. All right, let's go.
Kristen Raw, turn Chris Benoit. Have him hit from far now, fill him up with bricks and glass. Now my young G's will grip them blast. Have you tried in...
Or fill them up with bricks and glass. Like, crack, maybe? It could have been like that kind of reference.
From far now, fill them up with bricks and glass. Now my young G's will grip them blast. Have you tried in the street? Fuck finding my feet. I could ride, but it's better when I'm riding a beat.
Fuck finding my feet. I could ride. All right, so like, you know, ride or die, homie, right? He could ride, but he's better off riding a beat, right? So, and this whole thing so far is just so mellow. It's so just, it's not 100% my style. I typically like my rap a little heavier, a little faster. But this is deep, man. This is a crazy deep song. And it's pretty wild so far. I'm really, really enjoying this. This is something else here.
Have you tried in the street? Fuck finding my feet. I could ride, but it's better when I'm riding a beat. My emotions are peak, it ain't a sign of defeat or the weak. I wouldn't be chewed and cried in my sleep. Dropped just 2 racks and told him buy the machine. I'm LeBron in Miami, I provide for the heat.
Another basketball reference. Hold on.
2 racks and told him buy the machine. I'm LeBron in Miami, I provide for the heat.
I'm LeBron in Miami, I provide for the Heat. All right, Miami Heat. LeBron James. All right, man. Yeah, he has some nice little doubles he's sticking in here. These are nice.
God strike me if I'm lying. I ain't crying in this beef unless the tears coming tatted on the side of my cheek.
Oh, damn, man. Come on,
strike
Dave.
me if I'm lying. I ain't crying.
Hold on. Let me make sure I catch this whole thing.
I'm LeBron in Miami, I provide for the heat. God strike me if I'm lying. I ain't crying in this beef unless the
God strike me if I'm lying. I'm not crying in this beef.
tears coming tatted on the side of my cheek.
Hold on.
God strike me if I'm lying. I ain't crying in this beef unless the tears coming tatted on the side of my cheek.
Unless the tears come and tatted on the side of my cheek. All right. So what's that? When you're in jail and you get the tear tattoos, isn't that supposed to like represent you're a killer, right? So he's not going to cry about the beef. The only tears he's going to get is the ones tatted on the side of his cheek, essentially. So that's hard. That's cold.
God strike me if I'm lying. I ain't crying in this beef unless the tears coming tatted on the side of my cheek. I provide for my peeps, the lamb white in the seat. So I'm literally a wolf, disguised in the sheep. You have
dude. Dave.
I provide for my peeps, the lamb white in the seat.
I provide for my peeps, the lamb's white in the seat. Hold on.
Unless the tears coming tatted on the side of my cheek. I provide for my peeps, the lamb white in the seat. So I'm literally a wolf, disguised in a sheep.
So I'm literally a wolf disguised as a sheep. All right. Oh, God, man. Dave, dude, that's cold. That's cold. Let's go, man.
You have 5-figure dreams, I have 5-figure sleep. 5 hours more than enough time that I need.
You have 5-figure goals, I have 5-figure sleep. All right. A lot of these artists, especially when they're on YouTube, they're making money all the time. So they go to bed at night and, you know, they're racking up money. So every time he sleeps, there's 5 figures, you know, while you're just dreaming to be able to make 5 figures.
You have 5-figure dreams, I have 5-figure sleep. 5 hours more than enough time that I need. Man want a fair fight, but I ain't on it when we see him. Fuck honor, this revolver is onomatopoeic. Let it stop.
Hold on. Dude.
You have 5-figure dreams, I have 5-figure sleep. 5 hours more than enough time that I need. Man want a fair fight, but I ain't on it when we see him.
The man wants a fair fight, but I'm not on it when I see him. I've said that for like, I haven't been in a fight in 20 years. Okay, so don't get me wrong. I'm not, a violent person, but I've always said, at my age anymore, I am too old to fight fair. I am way too old to fight fair. I am not interested in fighting fair. I'm not interested in fighting at all at my age. But yeah, the last time I got into a altercation, I think I was like 22. So it's been quite some time. But yeah, at this age, I'm not fighting fair. I'm fighting to win. So.
Sleep 5 hours more than enough time that I need. Man want a fair fight, but I ain't on it when we see him. Fuck honor, this revolver is onomatopoeic.
Fuck honor, this revolver's something, so he's just gonna shoot him.
Man want a fair fight, but I ain't on it when we see him. Fuck honor, this revolver is onomatopoeic. Let it start to when you see him. Free scales, free seeing, free my niggas till I see him. I wouldn't wanna be him. My OG's roaming, I don't need a coliseum.
Oh! My OG's Roman, and they don't need a Coliseum. Oh, did I spit? Did I spit somewhere? No. Okay, I think we kept it in. Oh, geez, Roman. They don't need a Colosseum. Like Romans. Like ancient Rome and the Colosseum. All right? But his OGs are roaming. Like roaming the street. Okay? Like, that's a hard fucking double. He has some really nice doubles in this. Yeah, this definitely is showing a much deeper side to his lyricism. All right, this is fantastic. I am really enjoying this.
Till I see him, I wouldn't wanna be him. My OG's roaming, I don't need a Colosseum. You see it? So I'm playing it good. Let hood politics stay in the hood. Fuck the internet.
Ugh. So I'm playing it good. Let hood politics stay in the hood. All right, so the beef that's going on there, you just need to leave it alone. Just let it stay there. Let them handle it. All right, let the hood handle the hood.
So I'm playing it good. Let hood politics stay in the hood. Fuck the internet. You
Fuck
see this
internet.
new generation, they're insta beefing, and I ain't into speaking. When I ducked down, I had him running.
All right, so he's talking about like let hood politics stay in the hood, and fuck the internet. He's not into beefing or whatever, you know. So he's not going to be like on social media talking shit. That's not where he does his beef. Okay. Like, he's old school. He does it face to face, man to man. Let's go, Dave.
New generation, they're insta beefing, and I ain't into speaking.
Insta
When I
beefing.
ducked down, I had him running in a lift like he missed a meeting. There's no good reason to.
Hold on.
When I ducked down, I had him running in a lift like he missed a meeting.
When he ducked down, he had him run him into a lift like he missed a meeting. All right. Lifts in the UK are elevators, correct? Is that the right word? The lift is the elevator. So, you know, people are he's just trying to duck into an elevator to get the hell away. Like he's missed a meeting and he's still trying to get up to like the 105th floor to get to this business meeting on time. So he's like running and ducking in there real quick. That's funny.
And I ain't into speaking. When I ducked down, I had him running in a lift like he missed a meeting. There's no good reason to risk your freedom. The youths them snitching and bitches sneaking. She don't want to talk about friendships.
No need to risk your freedom. All right, so now he's going to tell them how, you know, more how they should react to these
I had
situations.
him running in a lift like he missed a meeting. There's no good reason to risk your freedom. The youths them snitching and bitches sneaking. She don't want to talk about.
The youths are snitching and the bitches are sneaking. All right.
She just want to deal with a pipe like I'm fixing leaking.
Okay, and then the women, you know, they're not in there for friendship. They just want to deal in pipe like he's fixing leaks or something like that. Like, talking about the hood rats running around. All right, Dave.
Want to talk about friendship, she just want to deal with a pipe like I'm fixing leaking. And sleep with a legend like Chrissy Teigen. Where I'm from, the word life has a different meaning. Man, smile in your face.
Where I'm from, the word life has a different meaning. Okay, so obviously he's grown up in the inner city, in a depressed area. Life, when you talk about life there, that's meaning like getting locked up for life. Whereas, you know, in other areas, when you talk about life, you're talking about living it, you know, and stuff like that. So it's like you could be saying the same words and to mean two totally different things. That's nice.
Legend like Chrissy Teigen. Where I'm from, the word life has a different meaning. Man, smile in your face, but them niggas scheming. Try involve me in a flaky dealing. Sistine Chapel, I'ma paint the ceiling. I've been violated and I hate the feeling. That's why nowadays man hates the preacher. We smile.
I've been violated and I hate the feeling. All right. So, you know, things have happened. He's been duped. However, whatever has happened to him, he doesn't like that. He does not like that.
I've been violated and I hate the feeling. That's why nowadays man hates the preacher.
That's why nowadays man hates the preacher. Okay, so either the preacher violated them in some way. I don't think that's where he's going though. Not like that. But just, you know, it's hard to trust authority figures and people who are supposed to be there to help them out. You know, because he's been violated before. He's been hurt. You know, and he doesn't want to open up to trust again, to believe anything that these people want to tell him. He doesn't want to go through that. He doesn't want to be violated again. He doesn't want to get duped again.
I've been violated and I hate the feeling. That's why nowadays man hates the preacher. We smile in a visit cause we ain't defeated. The Supreme Court's to my mates appealing. I can't breathe that girl, that's torture. South London is just slags on a corner, and influencers trying to bag them a baller. She a gold digger.
Influencer trying to bag them a baller. All right.
London is just slags on a corner, and influencers trying to bag them a baller. She a gold digger, I can tell from her aura.
She's a gold digger, I can tell from her aura. All right. Hey, we can spot you guys. We can spot you. All right. That's funny.
And influencers trying to bag them a baller. She a gold digger, I can tell from her aura. Her social say princess, she a pauper. When it's time for it, need I can tell from her aura. Her social say princess, she a pauper. When it's time.
Something says princess, but she's a pauper. All right. She's not a princess. She likes to act like she's one. She carries herself around like she's one. But if you look a little closer, all right, the Empress has no clothes. Okay, she is not what she claims to be, and she's actually a very low class. All right, especially because she's from the hood. She's running around. All she's interested in pipes, you know, to fix the leaking. All right, so and she's gold digging. So that's
gold digger, I can tell from her aura. Her social say princess, she a pauper. When it's time for it, need more for my daughter. Call me a talker, but man, I get in line like lambs in a slaughter. It's life threatening, and I can tell from the borer. Cut through a nigga like a knife through flora. Feds got the guys.
Cut through a man. Cut through a man like a knife through flora. All right, like flora and fauna. All right, flora is vegetation. So think of like taking a big machete out into the woods and just start hacking yourself a trail. It just goes right through there.
And then I can tell from the borer. Cut through a nigga like a knife through flora. Feds got the guys on the case and they stalk us. It's a conspiracy like tinfoil hats and a new.
The feds are on the case and they're stalking them. Okay, it's something about tinfoil hats. Conspiracy
Feds
theories.
got the guys on the case and they stalk us. It's a conspiracy like tinfoil hats and a new world order. Touch me, you better have a life insurer. Bloodthirsty, I got sharks in the water and trust.
Touch me, you better have a life insurer. All right, he's already said in this song, don't touch him. Okay, so if you do that, you better have a life insurer because you're gonna need it. Okay, there's gonna be some costs to take care of your remains when he is done with you.
Touch me, you better have a life insurer. Bloodthirsty, I got sharks in the water, and trust me, I know a killer well, no orca.
I got sharks in the water. Trust me, I know a killer whale, no orca. All right, so he knows killer whales. He knows people who are big time. All right, and they have killed, can kill, will kill. They're not orcas. Okay, we're not talking about you know, the big whales at SeaWorld here, all right? Where he is talking about killers on the street who are whales. Like if you're like a whale in something like, and it's typically like a stock market trading term. If you own a big portion, like millions of dollars of a stock, and you are buying or selling it or whatever, like those are whale moves, right? Because they cause big ripples and big waves. So if there's a killer whale, this person is huge, you know, not physically, but just, you know, in name and stature, is a huge, big deal of a person. And when they make moves, it causes ripples and waves throughout the entire community, essentially. That's hard, man.
Oil hats in a new world order. Touch me, you better have a life insurer. Bloodthirsty, I got sharks in the water, and trust me, I know a killer well, no orca. Have you ever seen a nightmare brought to life? Where I'm from, you get chefed on a normal night. Men talk on my name, but it's porcupines. Or really put it in a prick like a porcupine. Little bro on the save for.
Hold on.
Nightmare brought to life. Where I'm from, you get chefed on a normal night. Men talk.
Where I'm from, you get chefed on a normal night. Like you just get shanked, essentially, right?
You ever seen a nightmare brought to life? Where I'm from, you get chefed on a normal night. Men talk on my name, but it's porcupines. Or really put it in a prick like a porcupine.
Talk on my name like it's Porky Pies. Something about a prick and a porcupine. Like that's nice, man. That's funny.
Men talk on my name, but it's porcupines. Or really put it in a prick like a porcupine. Little bro wanna save for a 45. Go board a flight. There's more to life. Youths on the M6 all the time. We don't need TFL for a northern line.
All All right, so he's saying like his little homie wants to buy a 45 or something like that, and he's telling him just to board a flight. Just go, okay? Don't worry about getting back at whoever or whatever, or making things even, or getting revenge or whatever. I know you want to do this, man. Just take that money you want to buy that 45 with, board a flight, and just go. Save yourself, all right? No need getting locked up for this BS. Because that's kind of been his point in this song. You know, he's showing the perspective of all these people, and kind of, you know, the decisions they're kind of forced with to make at times, or maybe not forced to make, but are presented with, okay? And they're going to have to make a choice, and one choice will get them, you know, closer to being out of the situation, where the other one was going to put them into a worse situation, typically.
The best politicians been taught to lie. Where do they buy cocaine when they're snorting white? Are they dealers?
Politicians are something about how do you say, born to lie.
Use on the M6 all the time. We don't need TFL for a northern line. All the best politicians been taught to lie. Where do they buy?
All the best politicians been taught to lie. Yes, all of them lie, except for the ones who just like got in by mistake because they had like a good grassroots movement and maybe not like strong competition from where they are. All the establishment politicians, though, it's just, I don't want to, you know, I'll make this reaction a whole nother hour if I start talking about that. So we're just going to leave that one alone, actually.
Need TFL for a northern line. All the best politicians been taught to lie. Where do they buy cocaine when they're snorting white? Are their dealers safe or on the borderline? It's ironic cause we don't know where to draw the line. Men see blue story, they're mortified. Men
Hold on, one second, guys. Give me 1 second. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. I had a kid climbing up on a shelf to try to get the last juice box, and he couldn't get himself down. So, okay, here we go. Where were we? Let's go back a little bit here. How
It's
long is
ironic
this?
cause we don't know where to draw the line.
Oh,
Men see
we're at an
blue
hour.
story, they're mortified. Men see Scarface and it's glorified.
Okay, hold on. I'm missing something here.
And white. Are their dealers safe or on the borderline? It's ironic cause we don't know where to draw the line. Men see blue story, they're mortified. Men see Scarface and it's glorified.
All right, we don't know where to draw the line. He sees, hold on.
Men see blue story, they're mortified. Men see Scarface and it's glorified.
See blue story, he's mortified. He sees Scarface, and it's glorified. All right, so you know, think of Scarface. If you ever watched that movie, Tony Montana is a glorified character. Okay, as far as how we in society look at him, he's definitely been glorified, and he was an anti-hero. But you know, you were essentially rooting for that man. Okay, and a lot of people since that movie came out, you know, they want to emulate stuff like that. They want to be like him, you know, to a certain extent. And it's kind of looked at favorably. You know, we shouldn't look at this guy like he's awesome, you know, but that's how we do because of like the things he did in that movie. And we glorified the awful things that he did and the awful person that he was just because that movie was made with him in the forefront and he was the main character of it. And we grew attached to him. And it's messed up, isn't it? Absolutely messed up.
Men see blue story, they're mortified. Men see Scarface and it's glorified. Cause when you're black, everything gets scrutinized. That's why they call it urban, it gets euphemized. South London, man, they're getting euthanized. I see a youth demise. I wasn't too.
Hold on.
And it's glorified. Cause when you're black, everything gets scrutinized. That's why they call it urban, it gets euphemized.
That's why it's urban. It gets, let's say, euphemized.
Because when you're black, everything gets scrutinized. That's why they call it urban, it gets euphemized. South London, man, they're getting euthanized. I see a
South London, they're getting euthanized. All right, South London, I'm taking it, that's the gang area, right? That's where all, like, the problem area is around there. They're essentially getting euthanized. They're just dropping like flies down there. There's violence, you know, whatever, what have you. I'm not familiar with what goes on in the area, but just from the context, I can kind of pick that out from this song. Yeah, that's tough,
Everybody
man.
call it urban, it gets euphemized. South London, man, they're getting euthanized. I see a youth's demise. I wasn't too surprised. He got soaked, but his right hand scuba dived. Don't die by a sword that you used to shine. You can drown for your king. You don't know about Ophelia, cause we got iron. I don't know.
Man, he's going deep.
You used to shine. You can drown for your king. You don't know about Ophelia, cause we got iron. I don't know about anemia. I took the hard road. Don't know about Ophelia, cause we got iron. I don't know about anemia.
Because I got iron, you don't know about anemia, okay? If you lack iron in your body, you're anemic, okay? You don't have enough iron in your blood. So, hold on.
You can drown for your king. You don't know about Ophelia, cause we got iron. I don't know about anemia.
Because he got iron, he doesn't know about anemia. He doesn't have to worry about it. He's got iron. He's got guns or blades or what have you, okay? And then the drown for your king and Ophelia, that's, is that Shakespeare or is that, the Iliad? Or the Odyssey, or whichever it was. One of those ancient texts, all right? Those ancient stories. I can't remember the specifics on that one. I'd have to remember actually which one it came from, because like I know the storylines. Yeah, we'll have to let that one pass. It'll come to me later, though.
You can drown for your king. You don't know about Ophelia, cause we got iron. I don't know about anemia.
Ophelia was the queen, right? And some... See, I wish I knew which one that came from, because then I could make more sense of that, but we're going to let it pass. Let it pass. Let's go.
I took the hard road. We don't know about the easier. One bag of whores and drug paraphernalia. When ends got sticky, had a flicky with Amelia. I mean Olivia. This ain't Libya. This ain't Syria. You act sillier. We let it seep in your skin like Nivea. Who wants to...
Let it seep in your skin like Nivea. All right, that's the like the cold cream or whatever for like cleaning out your pores. That's an old product, man. I don't think is that even around anymore? It has to be if he's making reference to it.
Think Syria, you act sillier. We let it seep in your skin like Nivea. Who wants to be a millionaire? I won it, never done a game show or trivia. I done Wandsworth.
Who wants to be a millionaire? I want it. Never done a what? How's he? Hold on. Never done a game show or
Who
trivia.
wants to be a millionaire? I won it, never done a game show or trivia.
Who wants to be a millionaire? I want it. Never done a game show or trivia. All right, because the game show. Who wants to be a millionaire? Another clever double there, man. Nice.
I done Wandsworth, Elstoke Visitor. I done Spring Hill, Grendon, Swinfen, Whitemore, Swellside, Brixton Visitor. I done M-Way trips, done shit that I...
Okay, he's gonna acapella this now. What, for the last like 2 minutes he's just gonna go acapella? All right, man. Come on.
Swinfen, Whitemore, Swellside, Brixton Visitor. I done M-Way trips, done shit that I wish I never did because I could have been a prisoner.
Hold on.
Visitor. I done M-Way trips, done shit that I wish I never did because I could have been a prisoner.
Done shit that I wish I didn't do because he could have been a prisoner. So he's done shit that was jail worthy. Okay, if he would have been caught, he'd have been locked up. And we wouldn't have Dave right now. So, you know, he wish he wouldn't have done those things. Can't take back the past, though, unfortunately.
Brixton Visitor. I done M-Way trips, done shit that I wish I never did because I could have been a prisoner. Is this the shit that appeals to the listeners? Road ain't no...
Is this the shit that appeals to the listeners? Because the entire rap genre, right, is saturated with this stuff. The gang stuff, the violence. And they're not tackling it from the angle that he tackled it at in this song. You know, he was definitely not trying to glorify any of those struggles, whereas in a lot of rap songs, all these things are glorified and celebrated, like Scarface. All right, so yeah, that's a good question.
I never did because I could have been a prisoner. Is this the shit that appeals to the listeners? Road ain't no amazing life. The end's full of snakes and jail's just a waste of time.
And it's not even an amazing life. It's like, why would this appeal to you when if you do this, this isn't an amazing life? There's nothing to be glorified here. The trail is like full of snakes, basically. You're constantly trying to not get bit, watching your back, all that kind of stuff. It's not a glory, there's no glory, I should say. There's no glory in living this lifestyle.
Listeners, road ain't no amazing life. The end's full of snakes and jails, just a waste of time. I told my young G's, take your time. Fuck jazz, you could really see a major nine. Yo, I'm so ashamed of how I used to get figures. Man, sell you a dream like the road things lit and then they leave out the parts where you're burying your niggas or in jail. Wondering who's putting dick inside your missus. I'm so fucking determined. I was in intensive care when I was born. Mommy fell down the stairs, whether I was
God damn, Dave. Come on, man. Oh, hold on.
things lit and then they leave out the parts where you're buried. How I used to get figures. Man, sell you a dream like.
All right, he's ashamed how he used to get figures. The man sold him a dream. So, you know, he was slanging, he was robbing, whatever. You know, and somebody told him, like, this is how you got to do things. This is how you got to do it. You're going to sell this, you're going to make your bread. You know, you're going to have this and that. You're going to get yourself a chain. You're going to have yourself a pimp hat, you know, and you know, 5-finger ring, all that stuff. So, yeah, somebody filled him in like, hey, you want to make it. This is what you got to do.
Really see a major nine. Yo, I'm so ashamed of how I used to get figures. Man, sell you a dream like the road things lit and then they leave out the parts where you're burying your niggas.
But he leaves out that part. All right, where you're burying your friends, burying your family members, burying the homies. All right, because they're getting shot because violence begets violence. And as soon as you start going down that road, I mean, it just doesn't end well for anyone. So, you know, nobody ever told him about that stuff. Like, hey, here's what you got to do to make money. He didn't realize that it was going to cost. There was going to be a cost that was going to have to be paid at some point eventually. All right. He was giving it all up front and wasn't told about what was coming down the pipeline.
Figures. Man, sell you a dream like the road things lit and then they leave out the parts where you're burying your niggas or in jail. Wondering who's putting dick inside your missus.
Or in jail. You know, yeah, you're going to wind up dead. You're going to wind up in jail. Wondering what your girl's doing on the outside, all right? I'll wait for you. I'm going to wait for you the whole time. 10 years will go by so fast, you know? Yeah, I don't think she's waiting, man. I'm pretty sure she ain't waiting.
Lit and then they leave out the parts where you're burying your niggas or in jail. Wondering who's putting dick inside your missus. I'm so fucking determined. I was in intensive care when I was born. Mommy fell down the stairs. Whether I was gonna live or not was something uncertain. I used the word fell with the commas inverted. You see, growing up I had it far from perfect, but nobody did, so I'm a...
So wait a minute, he said he was born, he spent a week of intensive care, so like, was his like mom pushed down a set of stairs or something? Is that what he's saying here? Like, you know, before he was born, his mom was pushed downstairs or fell down the stairs, or something along those lines, and they weren't sure if the baby, was going to make it, or am I missing something? Hold on.
I was born, mommy fell down the stairs. Whether I was gonna live or not was something uncertain.
Or was she holding the baby, him, and then was pushed or fell down the stairs? Fell down the stairs. Because he said, you know, the women in his life have been abused by the men in their lives. He's already said that. So fell down the stairs, like was she holding the baby and got shoved down the stairs and they're like, oh, I fell again, you know, that whole thing. I don't know, something along those lines. This was either right before he was born or shortly after he was injured.
Intensive care when I was born, mommy fell down the stairs. Whether I was gonna live or not was something uncertain. I used the word fell with the commas inverted. You see, growing up I had...
See, yeah, I used the word fell, but the commas inverted. You know, like, she didn't fall, all right?
Far from perfect, but nobody did, so I'm a normal person.
Hold on.
You see, growing up I had it far from perfect, but nobody did, so I'm a normal person.
Growing up, he had it far from perfect, but nobody did, so he's a normal person. We all go through crap, right? There's nobody's life is perfect. Nobody just breezes right. I mean, I'm sure there's a handful of people out there who just breeze through life, happy as can be, and never struggle a day in their lives. 99.99999% of us out here, our lives are not perfect. But that's okay. It's okay if they're not perfect, because that puts us with everybody else, and we're just normal people, okay? So we all have things. Don't be ashamed of them. You're still a normal person.
You see, growing up I had it far from perfect, but nobody did, so I'm a normal person. I gotta be grateful. We all have demons and all see angels, or maybe it's me, a black...
We all have demons and we can all see angels or something. So we all have these demons, and we have to deal with them, and we can all strive to see the better side of things, to see the angels as opposed to our demons.
I gotta be grateful. We all have demons and all see angels, or maybe it's me. A black youth's more than a face on a screen, a number on a laptop or name on a sheet. We got stories to tell and got places to be. From a heart that's the making of me.
Damn, man, this is a deep song, and I am exhausted. Is this over yet? This is a long reaction.
I just wanted. You just make me so upset. Several times I tried. I want to go back. They send me back. I tried so much. He has not seen anything yet. I was in detention camps for months and years. I didn't give up. I was not even 20 when I left Africa. I was determined to survive. I was determined.
So this is a woman who like immigrated somewhere from Africa, and she's just saying like how hard she's had to work and she's determined to survive.
Not even 20 when I left Africa. I was determined to survive. I was determined to succeed. I didn't know anybody. Nobody was ready to help me. Even when you were born, you were 6 weeks old. This one is not even Africa. It's this nation. I was on the street for 3 years.
So she immigrated from Africa. She was determined to survive. It doesn't seem like she got any handouts or anything, and she's been living on the streets for 3 years.
This nation, I was on the street for 3 years. I didn't do this in my house. Nobody let me in. Nobody in this nation. I couldn't pay my rent. The bondage that is coming. I didn't give up. I carried my babies everywhere, and now this is how baby back for all those pain that I go through. Every day I lay in my bed, I'm in pain to see what he's doing to me. But to kill me.
So, alright, it's kind of hard to catch everything in there. But she's saying how like nobody was helping her. They didn't give her anything to eat. So she had like she went through all this horrible stuff to make a better life for herself. And did something happen to children? Like, because this is giving off like she's starting to cry now and break down. Like she did all these things. She went through all this to make sure that this stuff didn't happen. And then she's still in that position. Kind of like earlier in the song with the Somali dad who fled the war. And now his son is in a war, you know? So you take all those steps to try to avoid these outcomes, and they still happen anyway. That's deep, man. This song's fucking deep. It is. I said, this is not 100% my style. Not 100% my style. I like this, though. I don't know if I'm jamming this in my car, you know, with the top down, but this is a very high-quality song here. The lyricism is phenomenal. That was crazy. That was crazy. That was a very long reaction. I'm exhausted. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm sure you're exhausted if you've made it to the end of this video. The 2 or 3 people who end up making it to this point, thank you. But wow, that was definitely something else. So that was Dave, and that was Heart Attack, and I'm gonna need some time, man. That was deep. That was a deep song. All right, that'll do it, guys. Middle-aged white guy is out. Peace.